All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your boy, the Triggered Yogi himself, Yoga Leroy, aka Leon Walker. Good morning. It is, what day is it? It's Thursday, January 8th, 9 a.m. This is the Triggered Coffee live stream where I have my morning coffee, even though this is my third cup because I was up super early doing the things that I need to do. Got up at 5:30 this morning, and yeah, so this last half a cup should definitely do the trick. This is the Triggered Yogi. No, this is the Triggered Coffee live stream. I talk about my triggers. If you have something that is coming up for you, a situation that happened to you in the wild, throw it into the chat. We are going to see what the chat is talking about today. I've been streaming for a little over a month. It's been a dangerous game. The chat is very off topic. Sometimes it's homophobic, sometimes it's racist, and every now and then, a couple of times this week, it has been extremely friendly, connecting. So, we'll see what the chat is up to this morning. The theme of today's live stream is knowing your tools, knowing the things that help you when a bull stuff comes up in the wild, man, because you don't really have to be so when you're in your home, when you're in your comfort zone, you don't really have to be so you know, you don't have the head doesn't have to be on a swivel, like you're safe, when you're in your safety zone, not a lot of things jump out at you and there's not a lot of things to react to. The problem is, hola, what's up, chat? Chat's jumping in. Salute. What's up, bro? What's up, y'all? Talking about triggers, man. Talking about the tools to help you off of a ledge when those triggers start to pop. And it's not a play when you're in your comfort zone. Those are the safety places where you're not too worried about things happening, even though sometimes things happen when you're in your comfort zone. It's mostly in the wild. It's mostly in the wild where things happen and the reaction time between a thing happening and your emotions and how you react is extremely short, especially if something is surprising, unexpected, out of the blue, or you're tired, you're exhausted, maybe something happened before the situation or the circumstance. A lot of people choose, you know, without knowing that they're going to be a certain way. For instance, when you're driving, a lot of people, especially in LA, choose to be extremely aggressive and triggered when they're driving. Now, if you are if you are somebody that can't wait or wish someone would, guess what? When someone does, it's not going to be good. I mean, that's just how it is. Okay, let's dive into this chat. Check it out, chat. Before I start reading these comments, man, I appreciate the chat. I always appreciate the chat. Now, here's the rules of the chat. If you got some shade to say, if you're trolling, as a lot of you do, and I respect it, that's your game plan. If it is funny, I let it live. Now, if you are trolling on some dumb, real dumb stuff, like you just trying to be racist on a chat, or you just trying to be homophobic on a chat, or you just trying to insult on the chat, I'm not gonna even read it. I'm not gonna pay it no mind, and then I'm gonna ban you. So those are the rules of the chat. Let's dive in. Let's see what y'all talking about. Let's see what you're talking about. And I've gotten this a lot. I've gotten this a lot. Can you speak Russian? Bruh, bruh. If you can't speak Russian, you can't speak Russian. Why ask somebody to speak? Man, what are we talking about? Chat, what are we talking about? Hi, are you okay? I'm fantastic. It's early. I've had 2 cups of coffee already. I'm wired. I'm ready to go. I'm inspired, and I'm looking forward to the day. Looking for. I'm thinking about going ahead and calling it quits with the mother of my kids. All right. Well, it sounds like you got your mind made up, my friend. I mean, I don't know what you want from me. Greetings from Sweden. What's up, Sweden? Where am I from? I'm currently in Los Angeles. Oh, I show speed. I don't look nothing like I show speed, but he's killing it. Give me back my son's PlayStation. What? Trying to do all that. Okay. Watching me from India. Appreciate it. What do I think about Resident Evil? I don't. What? Never been into it. Okay, someone wants me to rap. Not today. I got something planned, man. I got something planned. All right, so not really going on in the chat. If you do have a trigger, throw it in the chat. This is the Trigger Coffee live stream. We talk about triggers. What's the trigger today? So the trigger really, I'm not really triggered today, but I want to talk about reacting in the wild. So I have a video that I'm gonna play about something that I saw because I do security. I do security a couple nights a week. I was doing a lot more security at a club during the holidays. Now that it's slower, they dialed me back. But I've been doing security off and on for about 15, 20 years, man. I have a lot of experience in security, good, bad, and ugly. It's one of the places, nightlife, bars, people are drinking, people are smoking, people are doing drugs, man. And it's one of the more sensitive places. So it is like the best example to talk about like these events that happen because we're all outside, man. That's where we malfunction at when we go outside. You go outside, you go to work, you go hang out with your friends, you go to bars, you go to clubs. That's where the malfunctioning happens. I believe that most people running around this planet are good people, are loving people, are trying to be connected people. It's when we go outside and we start bumping into each other. That's when we start malfunctioning, right? And this situation is such a good example. Let me see. Where did that go? Where'd that video go? There it is. What's going on? What's going on? All right, so this video I'm playing, focus on career, bro, always. So this video I'm playing is something that happened in San Francisco, this club bar in San Francisco. Um, this couple looks like they're dining. It was late. She got drunk. He doesn't seem too drunk, but I don't really know what triggered her and what got her upset. But she got violent immediately when she was leaving. Someone was recording. She slapped him. I don't even think he was somebody that works for the restaurant. I think that guy was just somebody that saw her acting belligerent. Then some employees started to jump in. First, a female employee started to jump in, and then a male employee jumped in, and that's when it took a turn kind of for the worse. She was not calming down. Her boyfriend didn't have enough sense to calm her down. Um, so that's the server that kind of got her out of the place. And I think he did the right thing up into this. Well, then she started pulling on his hair. So up until this point is when it really took a turn. So when he got her outside, I think he got her outside the correct way, grabbed her by the arms, didn't like grab her in a way where he could hurt her, and took her outside. But then she started pulling his hair. And this is probably when he made a choice. He made a decision like, F this B. So after she lets go of this guy's hair, after she finally lets go, I mean, this woman is so wasted, and her boyfriend is just allowing this. After she lets go of the woman's hair, she runs back at him, and he trips her. He runs back at him, and he trips her, and she falls pretty hard. That was a hard fall. So man, let's unpack this. Let's unpack this. Let's see what the chat talking about. Let's see if you're talking about anything. Is this pre-recorded? No, it's not. This is live. It's right now. 100% pre-recorded. That was pre-recorded. What I just showed you. Good morning. Wish all is good. Admit, hey, even admits it's pre-recorded multiple times throughout. What are we? Y'all are. What you guys do, bro? This is happening right now. All right. All right. Y'all ain't talking about nothing. All right. Someone say pre-recorded one more time so I could ban you. All right. Let's unpack this, man. So how I feel. Let me just keep this up here. Keep the whole thing up here. I'll make it smaller. I've watched this a couple of times, and I've kind of after I first saw it, I reacted to it on Instagram, and it's a tough situation. I the biggest disappointment in this situation is her boyfriend, because man, he had so many opportunities to diffuse this situation when somebody is just acting entitled, belligerent, and aggressive and violent. She started getting violent inside the restaurant. At that point, if you love somebody and you know how they are, yo, do everybody a favor. I mean, you're not just doing uh, her a favor. You're doing everybody a favor by nipping this in the bud. Help your friends and family get off this ledge, man. If you see somebody just, especially if they've been drinking, you can't help your people. You just gonna let her just run amok. That's crazy to me. That this dude just allowed. What's up? So simple, too deep. Welcome to the stream, man. We're just going over this video, this viral video from San Francisco. Now, the server that tripped this girl that was acting belligerent at the end was the server was fired. And they had to fire him. They had to fire him. He intentionally tripped this woman and she fell extremely hard. She fell extremely hard. She could have hurt herself really bad. They had to fire him. I'm not happy he got fired because up until that point, I feel he did everything correctly. He got her out. He got her out the right way by her arms. He wasn't aggressive. And it wasn't until she started pulling his hair, he probably there probably was a fuse that switched, because she wasn't letting go of his hair, and then she charged back at him, and he thought, and I even saw the follow up video where he talks about it, and he said, I was defending myself when she was running back at me. I think he could have defended himself in a different kind of way, really, and I think that the bar The establishment had no choice but to fire him, you know. And that's unfortunate because this was probably one of the worst restaurant situations that I've seen in a while with a belligerent person. What do you guys think? You guys could drop it in the chat. This is why the stream is called you need to know your tools, man, because when things come up like this, you need to know that you have your own back. You need to have your own back. You can't rely just like you can't rely on anybody. Look at this woman. She couldn't rely on her boyfriend to talk her off of a ledge because she got triggered for some reason. I mean, she was intoxicated, she was wasted. I mean, that doesn't help. But she got triggered for some reason. But you can't rely on anybody. You need to know that you have your own back, meaning you have tools, you have your breath, um, you know, you have things in place when you feel, you know, those emotions start to come up. You start to feel triggered. You start to feel angry. Those emotions come up because that reaction time is extremely short. You know, when we get triggered, we all experience it. One of the places we all experience it the most is when we're driving. You see how fast it comes up when you get triggered and angry, that reaction time, how fast it is to like throw somebody the finger when you think that they're not driving the right way, or or someone cuts you off, how fast it is. It's like very fast, you know. And that's when you get into trouble. That's when you get into problems, man. And this is probably one of the more extreme situations that I've seen in a while. Um, and honestly, man, it's one of those situations where it's just like, other than the trip, I don't really know what they could have done better with this situation, other than the trip. But even the trip, he does have a case for self defense because she was pulling his hair, holding onto his hair, had a nice grip on his hair. It took two people to get her off of his hair. And then when she got off of his hair and he started going back to the restaurant, going back to work, she ran at him because she was upset that he escorted her out of the building. Man, that's a tough spot, you know. That's a tough spot for the restaurant, and it's a tough spot for the server because he lost his job because of this extremely belligerent, toxic, triggered, entitled individual. That's a tough spot, man. All right, well, all right, let's see what the chat talking about. I'm doing good, bro. How about you? Great to see you. I'm doing good, man. Doing good, just waking up. What did I think about the WW Vince McMahon video? I think it's funny, it's just dated. Who's talking about Vince McMahon anymore? He's retired. And we don't really talk about the WWE wrestling very much. But if you find me, I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about my other live streaming show, which is called Comedy Fitness. If you find me something current, find me a clip current, and we will work that into the show. Yeah, man, that was crazy. Assaulting that poor man. I think she needs AA and jail. Yeah, yeah, she definitely needs AA. Um, Such an interesting thing when women get this way because I've seen this often at bars and clubs when women get extremely belligerent and toxic and violent, and then when they get hurt, they're the victim. But I will also say it's so easy to become the villain when you are the one being attacked. If you don't know how to handle yourself, if you don't know how to react to certain situations, it's very easy. And I found that myself. I found myself in those situations where uh, I became the villain, um, because didn't react in a good way. So, and that's why it's so important to know your tools. How many chickens in a flock, man? This better be funny. ST0473, good to see you, brother. How many chickens in a flock? I'm excited to hear about it. I mean, would you react to it? Would I react to this situation? Oh yeah. Oh, you're talking about the Vince McMahon. Yeah. So it's just a little too dated for the show. I need something current. Find me something current. I think we had like a John Cena because he retired. I think we had a John Cena um, clip that we did. I'll mix it. I'll look for some wrestling stuff. We don't really haven't really been doing wrestling, and of course, I'm talking about the Comedy Fitness live stream that live streams every Monday at 7:30. That's what I'm talking about. So Simple Too Deep tunes in every now and then, and but I'll put that on my radar. So Simple. ST, are you gonna tell me the rest of the joke? How many chickens in a flock, man? Come on, man. I'm excited about it. Man, the chat. Ty Dollar Sign. What about him? The chat's pretty healthy today, man. I'm proud of you guys. All right, man. This is the Triggered Coffee live stream, man. We were just talking. We just watched the video. I look like Slim Diddy. Is that right? I'll let it live, man. You tried. You tried. That's you get a C for effort. Look like Slim Diddy is better than some of the other roasts that have come and gone on this one. All right, guys. This is usually a 30-minute chat, but I kind of ran through everything I planned on talking about this morning and got all the things that I wanted to say out of my system. If anybody has a burning desire, we got a couple more minutes. We got a few more minutes. This is a 30-minute live stream, the Triggered Coffee live stream, talking about my triggers, talking about how I've handled them. Today we talked about a video that has went viral of a restaurant in San Francisco where this woman lost it and she got kicked out, but not after she assaulted a couple of people and then assaulted a server outside, pulling his hair. He should definitely press charges, especially since he got fired. What's up, Baldy? What's up, man? Y'all think you're really triggering somebody with your little name calling, man. I'm a grown up, bro. I don't give a damn about about name calling. Come on, man. We high school was a long time ago. You do realize that. Here's my trigger. On one side, people and hypocrites. Man, I understand. We are a tough bag. People are a tough bag, man. That's why it's so important to be prepared before you go outside, because you never know which version of which person you're gonna get, and we all have a lot of different versions of ourselves. You know, we're all we are all the shades and colors of the rainbow at any given moment. That's why I'm doing this live stream. That's why this is the Trigger Coffee live stream, and we all need to be aware and acknowledge the triggers that we have to protect yourself, to protect, you know, your freedom, your life, man. People, it's dangerous out there. You don't know how people are going to react. You know, you catch somebody on the right day. You know, you see the news. You see what's going on. Someone just lost their life. You know, with this ICE situation, someone just lost her life because she was, bro. You've seen it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You know, like she, in her mind, she was doing the right thing. She was trying to protect her neighbor from ICE, who has been running amok around the country, you know, and she was in her car. And this ICE officer felt justified to kill her because she wouldn't get out of the car, man. And it's a very extremely sad situation that happened. Um, I don't know, man. That yeah. I say that because it's okay for them to talk about certain stuff, but if you bring up the same topic, you're the weird one. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, man. People be peopling. You know, that's what people are never gonna stop doing. They're never gonna stop peopling. You know, it's what we do. It's who we are. You know, something that has triggered me on Sunday was a comic intentionally tried to sabotage my relationship with a comedy club that I was performing at and have been performing at. He went out of his way to tell the booker manager and the workers that I was not a real comic. That's people be peopling, man. Like people have such a distorted view. Not all people, but a lot of people have such a distorted view of how they should cope, react, and respond to things that aren't really agreeing with them or don't align with their belief system. And you need to be strong enough to know how to handle these situations when they come up because a reaction has a reaction, you know, and triggers happen in the middle, and sometimes you react in a poor way. A lot of times. Yeah, man. All right, man. We did it. We're rounding up to 30 minutes. This is a 30-minute live stream, the Trigger Coffee live stream. Didn't get a lot of movement in the chat, but honestly, I'd rather have a little bit of motion than no motion or hate motion. And I'm definitely dialing it in on the chat, so I'm not really responding to a lot of the ridiculousness in the chat. You just get a ban from the kid. That's what happens. One troll at a time. You call me the Batman of trolls on the internet. You will get that ban. You will get thrown in Yoga Leroy jail with the silliness. All right, we did it, man. This is the Triggered Coffee live stream every day, 9 a.m. I will be back tomorrow. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Thanks for pulling up. So simple, too deep. Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. I never got the end of the joke. How many chickens in a flock? Is this something I'm supposed to know? Man, never got the end of that joke. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy just to start a joke off and then not end it. That's absolutely wild. Anyways, You've been here before, so I do appreciate you pulling up. And everybody else that's been here before, I appreciate you pulling up and throwing in your 2 cents. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you next time. Peace.